reached the Los Angeles Police Department Pacific.
Pacific Front Desk, Officer Drone.
Hi, Officer Drone. Apologize. When you put me on hold, I ended up getting cut off, and then I couldn't get back on. I really need to speak to a supervisor. I'm not trying. I have no complaint against the other officer. I just need someone of a higher rank to discuss a legal matter.
Okay, let me see if he's off the phone, because he might be on the line. Hold on.
No, it's all good. I'll wait on hold as long as you need. Thank you very much, dude. Again, I'm not trying to complain about anybody.
Pacific Watch Commander Sergeant Stevens.
Hi, good evening, sir. Hi, my name is Aaron Fanning. I have a question that I'm struggling with. It's a little bit complex matter. What's going on is I'm trying to get out of here. Okay, apparently things aren't going real good for me being in Venice. My issue is that for the last year, I've had a LAWA officer who was identifying himself as LAPD threatening me. Okay, I went through internal affairs. Again, your patrol has been actually super awesome. I had a history of negative law enforcement contact. Your patrol has made me feel like I have an opportunity to engage. So I appreciate that. This LAWA officer situation, things got super crazy, escalated a lot. So I ended up contacting Internal Affairs because my reporting, I would never get a DR. Internal Affairs ended up having to tell me that that person was not an employee of LAPD and they could not investigate the matter, and allegedly had started an Internal Affairs complaint interdepartmental. That never really happened, so 2 months ago I managed to get one started through LAWA. What's going on is I have a LAWA officer that's claiming that I'm in breach of a restraining order that I don't even have, that is not on record, and a LAWA officer has been abdicating matters on Lincoln and Warren since June of last year. And it's not on record with you guys. I want to get out of here. But the problem is at this point, he's trying to claim that I've breached a restraining order 70 times. So I can't even leave. I don't have a restraining order on file, but he says that I breached a restraining order. Basically, every incident number that's been from me engaging with officers, somehow the LAWA officer is striking me and claiming that I'm breach of a restraining order. I want to leave, but I feel extorted.
Are you saying he booked you 70 times?
Yeah, he's charged me over 70 counts.
Okay. So, but if you ever, what's he saying the restraining order's for?
So, thank you so much, sir. I live on the corner of Warren and Lincoln at that Venice community housing building.
Okay.
So, he's somehow alleging that I am in breach of a restraining order that he claims is between me and the neighbor across the street. But I don't have any restraining order on file. I've checked with your detectives. I've checked with the courts. I don't have a restraining order to even be breaching. And so
there shouldn't be a problem.
Right, there shouldn't be, but unfortunately, what he's done is every time that I have an incident, every incident report number that he's able to find, right, he has been charging me. There should be no issue, but unfortunately, he is straight extorting me. He's never identified himself as a LAWA officer. LAWA's told me their internal affairs won't even really, they've acknowledged it's wrong, he has no right to be doing it, but they won't even send me an investigatory slip. I'm terrified, man. I like, honestly, your patrol.
So I just need to understand.
For sure.
None of this should keep you from leaving Los Angeles.
The charges
I
are.
would leave tomorrow if I could, but none of that should keep you from leaving Los Angeles.
Can I explain why? Can I explain why, sir? My concern has always been for the last year since he started trying to threaten me, is that I've been trying to I was supposed to be in services here, whatever. They're supposed to like help us from getting in trouble and stuff. But I've been trying to use this opportunity to be responsible and accountable, and I don't want to get in any trouble. So I've been trying on my best accord to try to be law-abiding and responsible. So when I'm being told that I have charges in LAX court for a case that shouldn't even exist, well, that's extortive. But I didn't just run because the reason I don't just leave even right now, as you suggest, is because my fear is that if I leave, I really can't defend myself. And I haven't barely been able to defend myself for a year from someone falsely filing in the courts extortively under the color tort of law. I mean, period. Claiming that I'm breaching restraining order when I don't have any restraining orders on file, that's dangerous. And so I want to get out of here. I want to do exact...
It sounds to me like whoever this is, they blew a lot of smoke up your ass and convinced you that all of it was true.
Nah, bro. No, sir. I've literally been in court.
Here's the deal.
I've been in court. I've been in court. No one's blowing smoke up my ass. Frank Shin used to be a detective out of Pacific, and unfortunately, he's playing games with LAWA. I mean, with Venice Community Housing. Well, yeah, he might have been scaring me, but unfortunately, in the courts, in January, I had 46 charges. In February, it spiked up to 64, and now it's over 70.
I'm going to ask you, so is this a restraining order violation or a stay-away order violation? It's two different things.
Right.
A restraining order goes into the system as a restraining order violation. A stay-away order is nothing more. It doesn't go into the system as anything. It's just they know you're not supposed to be there, and you know you're not supposed to be there. So if you're caught there, you're in violation. That's the difference.
Okay, well, let's put it this way. Yeah, no, they're claiming that it's a restraining order violation. They're claiming that I breached restraining orders. Your officers, your patrol officers have been super awesome. Like 527, I was trying to talk with officers, and the guy who claims that he has the restraining order came out and tried to demand that I get arrested on the spot. And he was super aggressive. He's done it to me before. Your officers realized something was wrong, and they gave me an incident report number that logged that I don't even have a restraining order on file. And the guy was trying to demand that I was arrested on spot, claiming even the verbiage in that said that if he approached me, I was arrestable. So I just really want to get safe. I agree it sounds insane. I want to get out of here, but I don't know how to leave without being at liability from Frank Shin spiking more trouble for me. I have no problem bouncing. I just haven't left because I don't want to put myself into more jeopardy and liability. And I've been alone here, abandoned by St. Joseph since July of last year. I'm not trying to be a problem. I'm not trying to be a burden. Like, honestly, your patrol shockingly impressed me.
Right now, there is no burden. You understand? So if you leave, the cases just get dismissed. There's nothing.
How is that possible the case is going to get dismissed? How can you tell me the case is going to be dismissed?
Hold on.
Sorry, thank you. Sorry.
I'm telling you how things work in California right now. If you leave and you go to Arizona and you get pulled over in Arizona, there is not going to be a warrant in the system that gets you extradited back to California.
Okay, that's understandable for COVID, but I'm not the type of person that is willing to put myself at jeopardy. I have charges.
You've got to let people explain to you.
Okay, I apologize. I apologize. No, you're right. You're valid 100%. I apologize.
It wouldn't matter if it's COVID or tuberculosis or hepatitis or chlamydia. It wouldn't matter. If you're in Arizona and you have a warrant in LA for a restraining order violation, which you won't have because you don't have a restraining order against you.
Sir, I currently am in court for 70 charges of breach of restraining order. I understand.
Okay, well, when's the last time you went to court? Because we haven't had court since probably March.
Right?
When's the last time you went to court on it?
So my last court was telephonic on the 8th.
Sorry, it was telephonic court, and they told you you don't have a restraining order.
No, they told me my trial's continuing, and my next court date is actually on the 8th of next month.
Okay, well then I don't understand what's going on if
I don't either, and that's why I'm scared.
Okay, but what does your attorney say?
That's the problem. Like, it's so shady what happened to me, sir, that literally when I walked into court, so my estranged family, a week before the arraignment, got shot a courtside records of the charges that were alleged against me. My mom freaked out at me, tried to tell me I need to contact the public defender. I told her, I was like, I can't until the arraignment. I mean, I will then. I walked into court, tried to sign in.
Your arraignment was postponed.
No, my arraignment was all the way in January, sir. And so when I walked in for my arraignment, I go to log into the court. Suddenly the bailiff told me that oh no, you already conflicted out with the public defender's office, and then the alternate public defender's office also conflicted out on me. Suddenly I have this assigned lawyer who I've already had to start a bar complaint because he won't respond to me. I don't know what to do. I'm in like a really scary situation. I 100% want to be accountable, responsible, and showing up to court, but yeah, things are really weird and not going in a normal manner. I agree. Like, that's why the only reason I'm panicked is because I've been showing up to court when I'm being told that I'm breaching restraining order violations and I don't have a restraining order on file. That means something's very wrong. And I just want a fair shot.
Who's this law officer you're talking about?
So his name was Frank Shin. He used to work out at Pacific as a detective, but he hasn't been out there for over a year.
Yes.
Right, but
so and he's the one telling you you're violating a restraining order?
Yeah, he's the one that's filed in court with his LAPD credentials, and he still hasn't identified himself.
Let me ask you a question, because I think I know who you're talking about as far as what case you're talking about. What was the officer's name from Pacific that went there?
I honestly,
do you remember?
I never, well, there's been a bunch of officers that I believe the one guy that took a report originally from him was going to be, I apologize, his name starts with an S. It's not Switzer. Trisdale, not an S. Trisdale. I believe it was Trisdale.
Tisdale, yes.
Yeah. So he took this report when I was actually at the police. I was actually at Pacific that morning. And I was trying to tell him, I was like, hey, man, I didn't do that graffiti for sure. And while they were accusing me of doing violence, I was actually at LAPD station. Like, I had gotten taken there by St. Joseph's worker. And like things went wrong. I had already had in a report and video of the guy assaulting me. And then, like, he ends up brandishing on me at the end of June 29th, and then he tried to have me served with a TRO the next day when I had officers out here again because he was harassing me. That brandishing case, that assault case vanished and showed up after I did the internal affairs thing at LAWA, and then he still has open an assault with a deadly weapons case that your officer Binder, who's a very serious officer, who only took that report because I did exactly what he told me in the days prior. He took an assault with a deadly weapons knife case. He still has that case, and that dude kept coming to my house threatening me even on video till December. So things got really confused.
You're talking about Officer Binder and Officer Moses.
Officer Binder, when he took that,
I know the person who keeps calling on you. He's called here to talk to me. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Mr. Bruno Vavala. Yeah, super gnarly, and I ended up getting from the city. I ended up getting records, like, because I had called, when he first attacked me, I didn't feel like I would have an opportunity. I didn't engage with your patrol before, so I felt very scared to report by myself. And I have video of it, but I was super scared, and, like, I wanted to, like, because, A, I felt disadvantaged. Not on your behalf, but he's a homeowner. And so what I ended up doing the next day, because Venice Community Housing said that he had called them and told them that I had tried to hit him with my car, that they didn't believe him, that they want to be on my side. And I was like, yeah, report that to the cops. And they're like, no, we want to handle it. And I was like, yeah, that makes me really not feel safe. And so I made a civil complaint to code enforcement about the hotel that he ran. And what I ended up pulling from city records, somehow at that same time when he's reporting me to you guys, he's got my legal name, and they claim that I had been living here for years and I had been harassing him with code enforcement complaints, and they were trying to prevent that investigation from going on. To be honest, I still actively have the state real estate board is trying to figure out who actually even owns that property, because a week before he assaulted me, he sold it for $102,000 to an LLC that can't be reached.
Okay, so listen, I'm going to give the only person that's going to be able to help you with this is she's the detective on the table that Shin used to work for. She has access to all the files with your name on it.
You're amazing.
So you need to call her on Monday morning and find out what the status with your stuff is, all right? Because I'm telling you right now, none of this is going anywhere. You understand what I'm saying?
Sir, I can't thank you enough. First of all, let me take accountability for my condition and I'm trying my hardest, sir. I really, honestly, thank you so much. Honestly, your patrol has done, it's impressive. Like, I've been really scared because of what I see, the burden that you guys deal with, so I get scared to even feel like I'll get an opportunity. The fact that I even struggled a little bit tonight and you even heard me enough that you're trying to hear me out on this and try and help me out with this, thank you. Like, honestly, you communicated enough to me that I feel safe tonight. Like, Internal Affairs Lau has been fucking with me for 2 months. So if I could get her name.
I think there are a lot of people that are talking to you, giving you kind of BS shit. So I'm going to give you her name and let her just give you the 411, all right?
You're awesome, man. I super appreciate it. I'm an Eagle Scout from the Palisades. I just don't have family, and I've wanted nothing more than the opportunity to prove that I can be a fucking contributing member of society again. So thank you so much for treating me with respect tonight, sir. If I could get her name, that would be wonderful.
When you're ready to write the number down.
I am. You bet.
All right, 310.
Yes, sir.
482.
Uh-huh.
6363.
63.
Detective Salazar.
Salazar. You're awesome. I got assaulted by the guy that's running Venice Cop Watch, who's one of my landlord's employees, Matt Fisher. I really apologize, and I think it's gross, the kind of miscommunication that's happening. I feel like Lawas has some interest in there being some mistrust in the community. Your patrol, super amazing, sir. Like, honestly,
I appreciate that.
I spent 16 hours in the back of a sheriff's car in 2011. 3 times to the hospital from scene of incident to facility, disturbing the peace. So I have aversions. Your officers, with the burden that you guys are dealing with, still being able to, first of all, the level of engagement and being able to even try and afford people like me a little bit better chance is awesome. Being able to sort through the burden that you guys are facing, the manifested burden on top of that, it's beyond impressive. And I don't want that's why I leave commendations all the time, because I don't want these men and women to lose the effort that they're putting into, and you have to be acknowledged every once in a while. So thank you so much for your time tonight. You changed my whole everything.
Tell Detective Salazar absolutely everything you told me today, okay?
Thank you so much, sir. Honestly, thank you so much.
All right, have a good night.
You too. Be good. Bless.